Top-level investigation as gunmen try to invade the Withorn Police Station. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. This is crazy, people. The police high command has ordered a top-level investigation into the attempted invasion of the Withorn Police Station in Westmoreland by gunmen on Sunday night. The incident occurred at about 11:40 p.m. and it's reported that police personnel on duty were alerted by dogs barking on the station compound. They went to investigate and were confronted by two men armed with handguns who pointed their weapons at them. The officers engaged the men in a blazing gun battle. The men ran from the compound and escaped in a waiting black motor car. The police officers were not wounded, and it is not known whether any of the gunmen were injured. A manhunt has now been launched for the gunmen. Now, this is a police station, people, with police who have guns and they know how to use them, yet gunmen brazen enough to try and invade it. Jamaica gets scary more and more every day. Meanwhile, a postmortem performed yesterday determined that Reverend Arville Moore, acting Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Correctional Services, died from strangulation. And this was revealed by Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, who said the revelation was not surprising since the police had previously reported that they did not suspect foul play in Reverend Moore's death. However, he said the police are still conducting their investigations. Mr. Moore's family had requested that an independent pathologist be present for the activity. Reverend Moore's body was found in a ravine along the Spur Tree Main Road in Manchester on June 1st, days after he was reported missing, and he was found beside the wreckage of his motor vehicle in what police said appeared to be an accident. But DCP Bailey reiterated that the police are still conducting investigations, so it's still a mystery how this man died. Sophia Locke, the mother of suspected murder victim Donnelly Donaldson, is asking the alleged murderer to tell her where her daughter's body is. She said she is withering away and needs closure. Miss Donaldson disappeared last July after visiting her boyfriend, Constable Noel Maitland. The police have concluded that she was murdered. Constable Maitland has been charged with murder, but Miss Donaldson's body has not yet been found. Maitland, who appeared in the Home Circuit Court yesterday morning, was further remanded until September 20, and he was confronted by Miss Lugg, who asked him to tell her where her daughter's body was. Donnelly Donaldson was last seen at the cops' New Kingston apartment on July 11 of last year. She was reported missing on July 13. The police said based on their investigation, Miss Donaldson was killed on July 12 between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. and they said this is supported by forensic evidence and technology, but noted that a motive has not yet been established for her killing. Police in St. Anne are facing an increase in murders this year when compared with the corresponding period last year. According to Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, Commanding Officer of St. Anne, domestic disputes are among the leading cause of violence and killings in the parish. SSP Powell was addressing the recent sitting of the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. He said 10 of the 33 murders in the parish so far this year have been attributed to acts of reprisals. Investigators have now launched a manhunt for a woman believed to be the prime suspect in the abduction and murder of 8-year-old Danielle Rowe. The police high command did not reveal any details of its investigations in the case, but sources said that the evidence gathered so far points to the female as the main suspect in the murder of the child. Sources said police are making progress in the probe and are hoping for an early breakthrough in the case, which had sparked public outrage. Daniel was taken from the Brighton Primary and Infant School in Portmore St. Catherine last Thursday and was later found with her throat slashed in St. Andrew. She died in hospital on Saturday following surgery. Meanwhile, the bloodletting has continued in Linstead, St. Catherine after a man was shot and killed at his home on East Avenue in the community yesterday morning. The deceased has been identified as William Augustus Mitchell, otherwise called Candyman. Reports are that about 10:20, Mitchell was at home with a friend when they were pounced upon by three men armed with handguns. The gunmen reported open gunfire hitting Mitchell in the chest, head, hands, and killing him on the spot. The friend reportedly ran and managed to escape injury. The gunmen then made their escape in a gray Lexus motor car. And over the past few weeks, there have been several cases of murders and shootings in Linstead, the most prominent of which was last week's death of popular pharmacist Deslan White. Two vendors were also murdered at the Linstead Market, a section of which was also set ablaze recently. On to sports, we're going to start with soccer. Only 4 players who appeared for the United States at last year's World Cup are on the roster, which was announced yesterday for the CONCACAF Gold Cup, including just one regular starter, goalkeeper Matt Turner. And they were not players who played a full game either. The three are forward Jesus Ferreira and Jordan Morris, and right back DeAndre Yedlin. 16 of the Gold Cup players are from the Major League Soccer. The U.S. will open against Jamaica at Chicago on June 24th. And we just got news just came in that Nicaragua have been banned from this month's Gold Cup after an investigation found that the team repeatedly fielded an ineligible player. They will be replaced by Trinidad and Tobago. On to NBA, lots of excitement. The Denver Nuggets reached the NBA mountaintop from the foothills of the Rockies, winning their first ever championship and setting Nikola Jokic's legacy as an all-timer in stone. Jokic amassed 28 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists in a 94-89 victory in front of over 19,000 fans. And it was a score-for-score game with the lead changing on numerous times, with the Nuggets leading and sometimes Miami leading as well. And it was not until the last 2 minutes with a 3-point dagger from Murray and a 7-point lead before it looked like the Nuggets were going to hold on. Jokic received all votes in the finals MVP voting. Head coach meantime, Eric Spoelstra, he said 2 teams in the center of the ring throwing haymaker after haymaker, and it's not necessarily shot making. It's the efforts. Guys were staggering around because both teams were playing so hard. That's what this league should be about. There's no regrets on our end. Sometimes you get beat, and Denver Nuggets was the better team in this series, he said. I don't know how long it would take me to go through the autopsy of this final game, but it will probably rank as our hardest competitive, most active defensive game of the season. So we got to say big up to all the Nuggets and all the Nuggets supporters, the new NBA champion. And if you ever missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, subscribe to keep it going. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.